Hey, I'm Candice.
Hi, I'm Shakeila, and thank you for joining us on our new YouTube channel, Let Me Ask My BFF, where today we'll be discussing our part 3 of relationships. So we got some fellas joining us today. Got Mr.
Jamie Bell.
And I have also
Anthony Staten.
And we got
I'm Avery.
Take it away, friend.
All right, so the topics that we're going to discuss today, we have 4 questions we're going to go through with, I guess, each guy. So we'll ask, why can't people be happy in a monogamous relationship? Is it ever okay to keep secrets from your partner? Responsibility of the man versus the woman, and then the definition of romance.
First, can you actually be happy in a relationship with just one person?
I believe you can, because I am. And, I believe that once you find a person that you really, really care about, it's easy to kind of go into that one man, one woman type deal. Most guys, they get into the point of not wanting to be with one woman because they really don't like her. That's really what it is.
Oh.
Wow.
I didn't say that.
They really don't like her. They kind of, but when you find somebody that you really, really like, oh man, you'll go above and beyond. Not saying they're gonna be perfect, but I think you'll go above and beyond.
Okay. He said it's possible.
What you think? What you think about that, Jamie?
Well, I agree. I mean, I think you can be happy, but the cycle that most people find in their lives is that they settle to being unhappy with one person. So they go around jumping from bucket fillers, I call. So you go and get multiple people to fulfill stuff that you don't even know that somebody can provide for you. So, you know what I mean? You might be with somebody that gives you all the love in the world, but then you think you have to go out and get with somebody that can give you the sex that you want. You don't think that it's obtainable with one person. I think like most people lead to cheat because of selfishness. Really, that's all it comes down to. It's like,
right.
Man, I want to get more. I'm not willing to be patient enough in this relationship to see if you can give me what I desire. I'm gonna go get it on my own because you're putting that on your own timeline instead of that other person's timeline.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it get a little difficult, man. Cheating is one of those things where, I joke with you sometime. I say, man, for every dumb man that cheated, they cheated with an even smarter woman that thought she was smarter than the woman you was with. Because most times, man, dudes simple. It be that chick that sometimes give you like, hey, tell her this or do that. Or girls, I've seen homegirls like, chick, if your phone ring in the middle of the night, tell such and such I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? You have it all. Dudes, we don't think that. We ain't planning that far here. You know what I'm saying? We more so, man, that's just for the moment. That's why a lot of times if you ask a man, why do we cheat? Man, we really can't answer that because we don't know. It was just
because most men extra cornballs. They ain't think it out. You know what I mean? They really extra cornballs. So, Avery, you think the same way or what? You gonna push back or what?
Oh, I'm definitely with one man, one woman. I'm in a full-blown relationship myself, so I've always been about just being with that one person and making something real happen instead of out here in the streets, especially with so much stuff going around. Like, being out there ain't never been for me. So I've always been, let me just find that one person that I want to be with forever.
Yeah.
But see, I got one more point. One more point. Can I ask you? Most of the time, cheating and growth, when a man start really finding out who he is and he get into a certain stage of his life and get kids, and he'll change all them bad habits.
Okay.
So that's one thing about being able to have one woman also.
Yeah.
See, men cheating when they had kids and a woman. So I've always heard that men cheat when they're not where they want to be in life.
That's a lie. That's not true.
Yeah, I don't think that's facts.
You know how many millionaires cheat?
True. So then how can a man still be, you said that they get to where they are, they got a wife and a family, and then they change. But I've seen people in relationships, serious relationships with kids and everything, still cheat.
They relapse.
No.
They was on they was trying their best to get there, and something happened on their way. But most men, when they really, really trying to do right, they're gonna do right.
Yeah, and it just comes down to me. you're just being selfish. Let's call it what it is. It's just I'm just being selfish, and I could try to make it pretty like Jada and call it entanglement. It's just being selfish. It's just you're just trying to find a prettier way a man could just say. I often say too, like a lot of times they say men just cheat off of physical. You know what I'm saying? And women emotional. I think men cheat more emotionally than women because it's a pride. And here's why. A dude is straight up. Most of these prisons are filled up off emotions. Dude get in trouble off their pride. How you make me feel, what you say to me. A man would tell a woman, man, you didn't make me feel like no man. You didn't make me feel like I was this, that, and the third. That ain't physical, that's an emotion. And then you're using the physical to justify your emotional because you don't know how to even explain that. So it's almost like, nah, I went over there because she don't nag me like that, or she made me feel like I'm putting in the work and you don't. That's an emotion.
Like an ego thing?
Yeah, it's an ego thing. You know what I mean? Now, granted, there's some, some physical stuff out there. There's some people out there that be in the inbox like, hey, I just want you for that, or just come do this,
right.
Do that, and the third. Yeah. I mean, if you just fall victim of it. But me, the bottom line is just being selfish or not. If you're in a relationship, your selfishness has to die. It's a two-part relationship. You have to be committed to the other person's emotions, highs and lows, as well as yours. You can't just make a singular decision anymore at that point.
I agree.
What? In our last show, though, I actually said the opposite. I said I've been told that men cheat for physical reasons, and that it's the woman.
I think women do cheat for emotional reasons, like we discussed. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's an equal thing. Maybe both cheat emotionally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's some women that got some really good men that just can't put it down, and guess what? They're gonna have to go find the right pipe layer. Some of them do.
Men are more likely to cheat than women. I know that sounds biased, but
yeah, I feel.
We can't hear you, D.
No, I didn't say no. I'm laughing at Jamie. But the male ego is very, very fragile.
Mm-hmm.
That's very, very fragile. And see, that's why a lot of these women's like bad things happen to them after they cheat on a man. Not saying, I didn't want to say like the man go out and kill everybody, but bad things happen because the male ego is fragile. A man would kill you for some weird stuff like that. You know what I mean? So,
why do they willingly go out and cheat so easily then? I mean, I think it takes a lot more effort for a woman to cheat than a man. That's just
nah. Women smart.
Women are more. They're more private with their bodies than men are. Men just go slanging.
Nah, that's not facts.
That's my opinion.
That's not facts. Not facts.
Those guys are quick, and I'm like,
yeah, but we ain't sliding by ourselves though. You see what I'm saying? Like there's a female catching the other end of our part. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's equally. It just looks a little bit more harsh on us because we're a little bit more rampant with it. The problem with another man, when he cheats, he neglects his responsibilities at time to cheat when a woman still got to be committed to a household. That's where it really start becoming an issue. It's like, I still got to be a mom when I come home. A dude can go cheat and not wash dishes and help with homework, and that's what really pisses you off because you gave this other person all the attention and I'm still holding it down. Then you get like, dude, we disconnect. If we're going to go there, we disconnecting.
Yeah, I can see that.
Interesting.
But black men don't cheat. Charmaine, appreciate you.
Yes. So I guess whatever. All right, y'all. So is it ever okay to keep secrets from your partner?
But what kind of secrets are you talking about?
Any kind of secret.
What secrets?
Now, old man say don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing.
Oh.
And we know what that means, right? That was all about money. That was all about money. You know what I mean? When your granddaddy say that was all about money. He ain't had no secret. You know what I mean? But if you talking about money or something like that, I'm not for sure on that. But like something real serious, I don't think you should keep no secret. But women keep secrets about money.
Secrets about some money spending on Amazon.
Yeah. They pull out $20, you know it's $75 in the pocketbook.
So you mean like as far as like it's okay to keep money secrets from your partner?
But
Like,
it's sort of what kind of money you talking about. Not like the household money.
Right. Not no bill money.
But like the side money. Maybe you fell up and God bless you with something nice, and you just gonna keep it for yourself. And but see, a man, he gonna mess up. He gonna go to the store. He gonna pinch off. Baby, you want a little something? Oh yeah. And she gonna say, you got some money.
Right.
And that's where he gonna mess up at. She gonna stay quiet and let you spend all your money.
And you ain't gonna know nothing.
You ain't gonna know nothing.
Lord.
You think, Jim? You think you see from your partner?
I mean, I agree with the fellas. I mean, it's really, to me, if it's a secret that's eating you up on the inside, that might be something that you need to share because you're still not gonna have much closure with it. Like you tell them if it's one of those things where you like, man, I hope the person never find this out. That's a secret that you need to get off of you, because now you need to understand if that person's strong enough to get back through it. Because something in your past is going to prevent your future. If that person ain't strong enough to be there with you, that ain't the person you need to be with, and that goes into the cycle of you staying with somebody that I know that might not be strong enough for me, and I'm settling. You know what I mean? Like I joked about it earlier. Like if I'm at your high school reunion or something and we chilling and everybody like, oh man, I remember when she gave the whole football team, blah, blah, blah. Like,
Whole football team?
like, oh, that might be something you want to warn brother before we came in here. You know what I'm saying? Same with a man. So it's one of those things where I agree, you don't have to tell everything, but to me, if it's something on the inside and you're in a relationship that really is heavy on you, like, man, I hope this never comes out, that's something that you have to work through. That might be the secret that you might need.
I think stuff will come out anyway. Like even if you try to keep a secret, it's gonna end up coming out one way or another.
Yeah. It'll come out in a Tyler Perry movie when I wonder why we can't watch certain things. Like, I don't want to watch no movie with that cheating in it. I don't want to watch that movie with that abuse in it. And you end up in an unnecessary argument because of something on the inside. I mean, so some things, I mean, you don't have to tell it. Like some things I don't want to know. You know what I mean? But for the most part, if it's tearing you up, yeah, you might want to just share that with your partner. That should be a true test if they rock with you or not.
Okay.
Yeah. What you think, Smoothie?
I don't keep secrets at all. So that's just the fact. That's just me though. Like I'm a brutally honest person, so I don't believe in like sparing feelings at all. Even I feel like it'll be better to keep it 100 rather than finding. I feel like it'll hurt more if you find out like through the grapevine versus finding out straight from my mouth. So I'd rather just go ahead and tell you straight up front, like what it is versus somebody else coming up and be like, oh, did you know that he did this, that, and the third?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
always keep it 100.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got
Okay.
Were you ready to say, Candice?
No, I was saying I would appreciate that more than somebody keeping a secret behind my back.
Right. Finding out via Facebook.
Right. All right. Girl.
Fake news. All right. So I got a question for you, D. What do you think the responsibilities of the man versus the woman is in a relationship?
Start with the man, right?
Start with the man.
Okay, I'm gonna just do me. I'm gonna do for me, right? My responsibility first is to provide, right? That's the key. Then I don't really get into like the gender thing, like a woman gotta wash the clothes, a woman gotta wash the dishes. I don't believe in that. My mama did not teach me to do that. So anything in this house that my wife can do, I can do.
Okay.
Like I don't feel that I should put pressure on her to bring me a plate. Like, no, this is not no old school stuff. Everybody want to be equal, but you know, it's not fair for her to have to do everything far as like cook, clean, wash the dishes, and go to work. Back in the day, the only thing they was doing was cook, clean, taking care of the kids. They didn't work. Now when women work, I think you got to step up as a man, help them out. Anything that they got going on, you got to be right there for them. And then you got to protect. You got to protect I don't care what the circumstances is, you got to protect your woman all times. Outside of protect, you got to build her up. So if that means if I take and flash my wife book right now to boost her sales, I got to do whatever it takes to build her up. You know what I mean? Right. Because I want to make sure she's able to get all the blessings and gifts that's coming to her.
Yeah. So do you think, D, that there's things that that you should do versus what she should do in your marriage? Okay, are y'all like 50%?
No. She's not cutting no grass or nothing. Now.
That's what I was.
She's not cutting grass. She's not pumping no gas. She's not changing no tire. She's not, you know what I mean? Stuff like, no, she's not doing that. No, that's absolutely not. That's not going to happen. Now, things like that. Like, nah, she ain't doing no physical. I don't want no tomboy like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to, I can't take that. You know what I mean? But nah, she's not doing nothing like that.
Okay.
Now give me something else. What else you got for me? What about the woman?
Well, I got to ask all of y'all guys that. What do you think? What do you think are the different roles and responsibilities, male and female in a relationship?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with D. You know, I was raised by a single mother, so she taught me everything I need to not be dependent on a woman. So, but it's a partnership. You know what I mean? I wouldn't necessarily say it's 50-50 because some days I might need 90% of your 10 because you might not feel it. It's about balancing that. I think that a man was protecting his heart as well as protecting her. And then in return, the woman will protect his pride. Meaning, like, even on his worst days, if only he could afford bologna, she's still gonna make it feel like it's a T-bone steak because he put in that best effort. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't eat bologna.
Yeah.
I don't think that was gonna work.
Nah, but when you think about it, but no, it's a hot meal. Like, but think about it, there's people that support a man. If you know he really trying, man, that's the beauty of a woman. A woman see a man potential when a man can't see in him herself. That's why sometimes she stick with a fool for a long time because she don't want another woman to get the benefit of her hard work. They'll see who you are 10 years down the line when you came 10 minutes ago. So that's where they are like superheroes and have a supernatural power that we can't understand. That's why we must protect and cultivate their emotions, their feelings, and their heart. So just not more so just providing and all those things, just making sure that we listen, that we picking up on those clues, the little things, you know what I mean, the things that go unheard of. Even from a sexual standpoint, man, like from a woman, like a dude, the kids can be crying and we lock the door and be like, yo, let's get it on. This woman's still thinking about did they get their bath? Did they have their homework done? We got to romance her from the time we wake up. That text message, sending flowers at work. So by the time she get home, she ready to meet you there. You know what I'm saying? So that's where those responsibilities come. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it has to be what you two agree, because what works for, let's say, me and Shakeila might not work for you and your household. So taking other people, because a lot of times you'll take really bad advice from a really good friend. And that really good friend can be broken. So the only example you have is love from somebody that you trust that's broken. And so it's like I have an agreement with you or responsibilities for your relationship is what you all established. But for me, it's like, hey, not only just provide and protect, but also the emotional stability to it too as well.
That was a good answer.
Yeah, that was great. Wow. What is that? How can you follow that?
What you got, Smooth?
The fella said it all. They already took all the words for it, man. I believe in a nice stability type vibe as well. That's kind of how it is in my household. We kind of balance each other out more than anything else. I don't believe it's more of a one thing falling to one person or the other way around. Except for the whole, like, if she feels like she wants to, like, cut the grass or something, she can, because, you know, my legs hurt. So, you know, just giving her that freedom to do what it, like, if she wants to explore out and do something around the house like that I normally do, I'm cool with that.
Okay. I was getting ready.
But can I show love to the women though?
Go ahead.
Can I show love to the women real quick?
Show love to me.
All right, I believe this though. The women came so far in a relationship from not saying nothing to kind of being the person that's sitting on the sideline. And you know, what made me admire my wife the most. I look at my mama. You know what I mean? I love my mama to death.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do nothing crazy to my wife because I gotta respect her like I respect my mama. You know what I mean? And I don't want to show my boys no kind of, you know, ill will towards, you know, fussing at their mama or cussing their mama out or trying to beat on their mama. I couldn't do that because of my mama. So that's why I say I want to show the ladies some love, because they the ones who push the relationship.
Yeah. And you know what, Dee? I used to think that if a man was like close to his mom, that he wouldn't be like a cheater and stuff like that. Friend is like, nope.
Well, that's for certain. You know, certain dudes gonna do certain things. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and that was something that I found out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would think that if a man is close to his mom, then, or say that he was raised by, say, a single mom, and he knew her struggle, knew what she went through, you know what I'm saying, that he wouldn't put another woman through that. Just like you think about people that may grow up in the household and their parents are fighting. So that guy, you would think he's not going to fight on that woman because he saw his mom get beat up, where he may in turn end up being that same type of guy because he saw his father, beat on his mom. I don't get that, but
yeah, well, that's a little tricky because sometimes a dude, if like the mama's boy, it's hard to commit to you when my mama's my woman, right? You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I don't need you because my mama gonna cook. I'm gonna go in there and get something to eat. Well, you ain't give me $20, my mama gonna give it to me. My mama gonna watch the kids. So it's almost like you use that woman as ransom, some guys ain't right. And even on the flip side, like if, we always say, like, guys used to joke, like, man, find me a woman with daddy issues. Because if she got a strong daddy in your life, then you got to compete with somebody that has standards.
And bro, that's super true. Because I had to deal. I never wanted to date a woman with a daddy. But once I found my wife, man, she loved her dad, and I love my mama. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you don't have to compete with the daddy, but you're gonna have to have a standard. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to be a straight up guy. But my thing is, I learned this: my mama is my mama, and my wife is my wife.
That's right.
I have to I got to tilt on my wife's side because that's my wife. Mm-hmm. I didn't graduate from my mama right now. I'm with my wife. So
right.
When you learn how to balance that out, that's the difference maker right there. You got to learn how to migrate from the mama to the wife.
Yeah,
because that's first in your life at the moment.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Now, I got a question here, and it's coming to you, Smooth.
I'm sorry, it broke up for me. What'd you say?
What is your definition of romance?
Of romance?
Romance. How you be romancing your lady?
Romance can differ from person to person. I feel like a lot of women like to go out a lot and get dressed up all nice. I feel like every woman wants to do that every now and then. Kind of like my lady. My lady's not really a let's go out all the time type of person. She likes to watch movies and settle down and kick it around the crib a lot. So that's more my speed too. So we're side by side with it. So, on a nice night, get the kids somewhere where they not gonna be out all over the place and, settle down with a movie or something. And usually from there, everything, we vibe out.
Smooth like a Netflix and chill type guy.
Yeah.
You watch all the Netflix movies and shows.
Oh, I'm not even a TV person. Me, I stay in the music all the time. So anytime I'm watching a movie, it's most likely because she wants to watch a movie. Because I don't watch TV, I don't watch movies. So if I'm watching a movie, it's because she wants to watch a movie.
Oh, okay. What about you, D? What's your definition of romance? How you romance your wifey?
See that's why I want to keep it real. You want me to keep it real?
Keep it real.
That was a struggle for me because I didn't understand how to get to the romantic part. Not saying that it was a problem, but what I mean? I just didn't understand what should I do? So when you used to trying to just run after women, do this and this, you ain't in the romance. You ain't just chasing women, having fun. But once you find somebody, you got to learn how to settle. Now, once I'm settled, now I got to figure out how do I romance my wife? What make her happy? What does she like?
Okay.
And you didn't take the time to learn that because you just moving, shaking, going everywhere, doing this. Mm-hmm. So I struggled with that at first, but then I started learning some of the things she liked. Then I started giving the things she liked. Some of the places she liked to go, we'll go there. And I will tell you, I ain't gonna say it, but
you already started.
All right.
Now I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you, like, far as a man, like, it's always romancing a woman, but what about romancing the man, right?
What do
And I'm
men
gonna tell
like?
you something cool, right?
Don't be like
One time, this is one of the dopest things ever. All right, when one time me and C went to a Hornets game, we sat on the floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was so romantic because most girls be like, I don't like no sports, I don't like no basketball, but she catered to a need that I love,
Okay.
and she loved it at the same time. But to answer your question though, I just believe in, you know, just trying to show as much love as I can in different ways, not just one way.
I feel like that's facts too, what he's speaking on, because sometimes my lady will surprise me and she'll like take us out to get massages or something. Like she'll know that I complained about something hurting for a long time, and then next thing I know, we gonna get massages one day. So I think, you know, it's just like catering to that need and like kind of what they've been going throughout the week. Like, yo, let me do something nice. Let me set up a nice movie night for us or something. You kind of like that.
But keep it real, guys. Keep it real. Just keep it real. Everybody on this panel, they just didn't jump and learn how to do the romance thing. They're not the old school
Right.
slick
You gotta
guys
learn it.
who can slide on the floor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's
You
not.
definitely
And I
have to
found
learn
out,
it.
huh?
You definitely got to learn it. It's
Yeah,
not
you
something
gotta
that you
learn it.
already
It's
come
a
in here with.
struggle. It's a
Because
struggle.
well, I can't speak from a guy's perspective, but you know, one thing that you may think that she likes, she may hate.
Yeah, but see, a woman don't tell you what she like, and so now you just guessing and you trying to figure it out. Like, oh my God, is she gonna like this? And then you know, even if you go get something that costs so much money, that's not gonna make her happy.
But at
So
the same time, you gotta ask. You gotta
yeah,
ask. That's what I
yeah,
straight up did. I asked because I don't want to guess, because guessing a lot of like I'm all for a surprise, but give me a list of stuff that you like that I can choose from. So that way it's like, oh, one day I'm gonna do this for you, and then from there you kind of catch like, okay, she like this kind of stuff. Let me plan out some other stuff that's kind of relatable
okay,
to
Smooth. Let me
But
push back on you.
if she gave you a list, then it's not a surprise.
Let
Like
me
it's
push
not,
back on you, Smooth.
But
Most
it's a
women,
surprise
most women,
if it's
most women
gonna
gonna say you need a list.
it's a surprise if it's not something like, don't do it right then and there. Like, give me a list, and then the next day you're like, oh, now we're about to go to the movies. It's a surprise if it's like, dang, babe had a long week. Let me surprise her with one of her favorite things to do.
But see, Smooth, you got the list though, Smooth. Now you kind of cheating because you got the list. My thing is,
How is cheating? That's communication with my woman.
right?
Well,
But most women gonna say, you know, if you want to know what I like, you need to listen more.
You need to listen.
You need to be more involved. You need to be, you know, and you know, once you get kids, you know, everything goes all over the place.
I think that's what
kids start being the romance.
Well, I mean, and I think that's when we start differentiating in between. That's the chase and keeping the romance in a relationship. I think the number one thing from a guy to learn is that romance doesn't equate to sex, and that's what we think it is. The first thing is romance, meaning pipe. Romance means light a candle, we having sex. I romance you. I did it slower so that we made love. You know what I'm saying? So,
Wow,
yo.
no, I'm just thinking, because we don't really have what it is. I think part of the chase is like a guy naturally want a woman, what do you like? Because we want to fix it. That we're naturally fixers. But a woman wants you to figure out, like, I want to find out your favorite flower by your reaction when I buy. I show it with roses and it's like, I show it with tulips and you're like, man, those are beautiful. Then I start figuring out that's your favorite. Take you into a restaurant and it's like you ain't really eat your food, and then another one you ain't even leave anything on the plate. Okay, that's her spot. You know what I mean? Do she like massages? Do she like that?
Friend, cheddars.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, I mean, that's just what the communication come into. Like from a man, from me, I just speak for me from a man perspective of romance is that, you know, we're gonna try everything that we saw in a movie or an R&B song because that's the only thing that we have. We didn't have much of examples of what it is until you get in a relationship. And to me, romance meaning like, hey man, are you able to unlock the most vulnerable and intimate part of that other person and connect there? And be okay. Like make that person feel like you at this moment, out of this whole world, you the only person that matters. You the only person that means something to me. And I'm gonna put that effort in. And I think, and like what D said, it goes both ways. I know for me, I just share a story. Man, it was a case of honey buns. The most romantic thing ever seen in my life. Shakeila bought me my favorite honey buns in bulk. Man, I was like,
come on, Jamie.
He about cried, dude. He
almost
about
did
cried.
too, man.
Dang, at least that was cool, man.
Because it was like, man, where do you find these? But you know what? It was just in the conversation. I mentioned it and didn't even think that she paid enough attention to me to know that that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? And so when you do that, like going courtside, or like you say, Avery, you said your wife, yo, you was in some pain and she took you to go get a massage. Just like, man, you paid attention enough in that conversation. I didn't ask. That's where romance is because I love you in between the just initial ask. It's mean that you love me so much that you want to cultivate my thoughts. Now that's romantic stuff.
See, boy, hey, you just went super deep, Jamie. I'm drowning over here.
He always doing
You just
whole conversation.
I'm drowning.
Like, wow,
But look,
yeah.
no, I got to take mine back. My wife told me the other day. She said I was her best friend.
Oh,
And that mean the world to me.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But guess what? I might not have it all together like with the romance thing all the time, which I do a good job, I think. But anything she could think in her brain and I can get it, bro, she got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I think that most men is on right now. The coolest thing right now, you get your woman, got your kids. That's the coolest thing in the world right now.
Yeah.
Every rapper, anybody you name, think about it. They got a woman, they got this, they got money. It's about building success and legacies. And that's why I talk about repairing the home. Once the man get back and repair the home, don't worry about the community. Let's worry about the home right now. And we can repair the home and build our kids to teach them something that I don't know. My daddy, they didn't teach me nothing. So I'm self-taught.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, that's good that you're breaking those curses, those generational curses.
Right.
That's awesome.
Right. Friend, do you want to go into our number 8 question?
Well, all right, y'all. So how do you deal with emotionally unavailable men, and why are they emotionally unavailable?
Uh,
Tough, huh?
well,
So your guess is as good as mine.
yeah, because I mean, we seem very open us, but I guess sometimes a man might be, but for what? So the emotional unavailability might be for, we're gonna do all this talking for what? We're gonna do all this communicating. We're gonna do all this talking for what? For you to still tell me who I am and what I am? Sometimes a guy will try to explain himself, and the woman, that ain't true because I saw you boom, 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 boom. And you're like, well, dang, since you already got all the answers, go ahead with it. So he emotionally disconnect, but also they don't know how to communicate. Like, think about it. From the time we little kids as men, if we fall down as a little boy, we tell you, hey, shut up, get up, stop crying.
Right.
We don't even ask a young boy when he's crying what he's crying for and help him figure out the emotions in that. We tell him from a very young age to shut up and stop, because we don't do that. Mm-hmm. And then we get later in life and people tell me about your feelings. It's like, I don't know how.
Right, yeah. I think that goes back to what Dee was saying about how he had to teach himself to be romantic for his wife because he's never done that before. So for, like you said, guys who were emotionally detached when they were younger, now that they're older, they don't know how to bring those feelings out. So I don't know.
And also,
what do you guys think? Oh,
me talked about this too. I'm sorry, my last thing. And we also afraid to emotionally open up because you will use our most vulnerable thing against us. Like the time you do open up, you're gonna bring it up in the most worst moment in our lives, and that's why we're like, you know what? That's why I don't want to tell you anything.
Yeah.
And women do that. You were cut deep. You were cut deep on them, brother. So that's another thing I think why they detach emotionally at times.
That is true.
Yeah. I think stemming from that as a kid thing is definitely a factor in it. I feel like I do that with my boys now, kind of like when they're crying, but I do ask them beforehand a few times, hey, why are you making all this noise? Are you okay? Is something hurt? But then when just getting to like, you're just whining, yo, yo, shut up all that noise, go lay down. You know what I mean? So I think it's a balance to it, but I do think it stems from that some childhood trauma.
Mm-hmm. What you think, D?
Well, I feel the same way. I just think that most men they don't say nothing because I think they're scared they're gonna say the wrong thing, and then it can get out of hand. Then one wrong word, it can get out of hand. So that's what I think.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I guess we got
anything else y'all want to add? No?
Nah, I just appreciate y'all ladies in this platform. Let me ask my BFF. I mean, from a man's perspective, I honestly enjoyed the show. The first episode that came out, I truly enjoyed it because it felt good to watch two strong women on a platform that's not bashing us as men either. You know, that's pretty hurtful whenever we go watch a platform and it's like, y'all ain't hitting on boom, boom, boom. I love the way that you invited us to have a voice. Two, you're open-minded, and it give us a little insight of your conversations and what that looks like. So any man, I encourage them to watch the show because you're showing us what you're looking for in communication, and it ain't really too much different than the conversations going on in the barbershop. So, y'all keep up the great work, keep the good things that you're doing, man. I appreciate the opportunity and the life to come on today for sure.
You're welcome.
I feel the same way like Jamie, but my thing is this though. I like this. I really, really like this. But
big butt.
y'all got to get on here and start talking like real, real good about men, because a lot of women hurt men's feelings, and they hurt their feelings, man, and they make them bash. They get in this little girl chat and they bash men, and the guy over there trying hard as he can, he don't know what else to do.
Oh,
So,
I think we have a episode coming up where we talking about some women that need to do better.
Some of these women got to chill, man. They got to chill. You know what I mean? And some of these guys ain't that bad. Some of them is now, but some of them not that bad. If a man trying, he going to work, bro, don't bash him and don't make him look like he a sucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got you coming up, D. We got you coming up. We got you coming up. Any final thoughts, Smooth?
I just appreciate y'all for having me up here, man. That's it.
You're welcome.
All right. So I guess we'll go ahead and close it out. You got something, Keila?
Nope. I'm good. One last thing. When you hear our intro and our outro music, that's our Smooth right there who created it for us. Shout out to Smooth.
Appreciate it, y'all.
All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and close this out. So this was part 3 of our 3-part series on relationships. We had Jamie Bell and Anthony Staten in from Locker Room Conversation, so be sure to check them out as well. And we'll see you guys next time on Let Me Ask My BFF.